Hey guys, today I want to show you how to solve a Griddlers puzzle. Griddlers is also known as Picross puzzles or Nonogram puzzles or Hanjie puzzles. It has many names. Me personally prefer to solve in Griddlers website, which is by far the biggest stock of this kind of puzzles, so I can find many lovely and challenging puzzles in this site. Okay, so let's start. After I open the puzzle window, I enlarge it a bit, and now let's see. I will start with the biggest clue, as I can see in here, the 10. Now I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squares. You can see this green light over here. It means that all the clues are in the correct sequence, but it doesn't necessarily mean the answer is correct. You will see it on further steps. Let's continue. I'm looking on this row and I can see the clue number 1, and it's already marked, so I can mark this one with white. By the way, when I click, when I want to mark as white, I just use the right click mouse button. I do the same in this row. As you can see, it's the same 1, and then I will mark them all. Now, the first rule in Griddlers puzzles is that between each sequence I must have at least one empty gap, empty square, so I can go along these rows and start marking the gaps. Here I have the clue number 1, which is already marked, so I will mark a gap, a white gap. Here I'll do the same. Here I have the clue 8, so I can continue this sequence from right to left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I finish this row, so I will mark these squares as white. Now I'll go to the next row. I see the clue number 9. I'll do the same. 9. Oh, sorry. 9, and then 1 empty. Here I have the clue number 2. As I told you before, I can mark this like this and then put an empty white square. Here I have the clue number 1. I will mark one empty gap. Here the same, and here the same. Now let's look at this row. The 1 is already marked, so actually I can mark all these squares as white because this row is completed. Let's continue to check other rows. Now I will use counting to reveal overlapping squares. Now I will count 1, 2, 3, 5. No, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll put one black square, and then from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These squares I know for sure will be part of the sequence. I don't know exactly where it's gonna place it yet, but I know these two are gonna be part of it. Let's continue. If I look at this column, I see the clue number 1 and then the clue number 2, and it's obvious the clue number 1 is here, and I must have one empty gap, and I do the same for after the 2 sequence. Then I'll go here. I have 1 empty, and then 1, 2, 3. And then I have 1, but I don't know yet where it's going to be. Let's search for more areas I can find here. Let's look at this row. I have the 2 already marked, and I have one black square which is blocked with a white square, so I know it must flow to the left, so I will mark it 1, 2, which is 1, 2, 3 total, and then white in here, and I will complete the other squares also in white because this row is also completed. Okay, let's continue, check it out. 4. Let's look at this column. I have the clue number 4, which is already blocked from both sides with white squares, so I will put one black in here, one black in here, and this column is completed. And in order to complete it completely, I will mark these remaining squares in white, which is very important to mark squares you know for sure that will not have a black mark in white. It helps you to make the areas smaller, so it's easier to find the solutions. Here, this row, I have 2 clues of 1 and 2 squares of 1 already marked, so I will mark the remaining row in white, as you can see. Let's continue to see another technique. I have 3 squares marked, and I know I need to fill a sequence of 5 squares. So I can mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this sequence will go up to here, it will never come up to here, so I can mark this square also in white. I continue looking around the grid, searching for clues which can help me, and here is a very good one. In this column I have the clue number 1 and the clue number 2. The 2 is already marked, and as you know already, the clues order represent the sequence order, so the 1 should come before the 2 or above the 2. Therefore, this is the only option left, and I will mark it in black. And in order to complete this column, I will mark the remaining in white. Let's go ahead to this one. It's the same situation as this one. I will mark this one in black and the remaining in white. As you can see, the area is getting smaller and smaller. By filling the previous squares, I finished this row with the 5 and 1, so I will mark the remaining squares in white. Let's continue. 1 in here, I don't know yet where it's going to be, but here I have 1 and then 1 and then 1 and then another 1. So the only option left is 1, gap, 1, 1, gap, and 1. And this row is also completed. In here, let's check it out in here. Let's go from here. 1, 2, and 1 finished, so it's white, and then no other option left other than 1, white, 1, and I finished the puzzle. It's a faucet. Congratulations, I solved it. Thank you so much for watching.